In today's show, the youngster who's grabbing every chance to make a name for himself.
Lukosius. Oh, one arm free, caught by Berry. Cooked.
And the comeback that's better than most. Hi everyone, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to the Optus Crows Show as we fly as one in 2021. But first, being a top draft pick comes with huge expectations. Some youngsters struggle with the pressure, others thrive. Rory Thilthorpe doesn't appear bothered by the attention, and if his debut against the Hawks is any guide, Crows supporters can look to the future with great optimism. The number 2 pick in the 2020 draft kicked 5 goals, the best first game performance in the club's history. Riley's memorable day kicked off in the change rooms.
And to present Rory Sloane with his Guernsey, we welcome John Clue. John played 26 games at the club.
That first game, I was lucky enough to be one of the 20 that played. You, your captain, to me epitomises everything that we wanted during that pre-season. Courage, passion and determination. If you can be anything like him, mate.
That was really special. John, obviously the first person ever to touch it for the Crows, which is pretty cool to get him to present my jumper. And yeah, it was a really special moment with my family and all my mates. So yeah, it was really good.
So you could have another first goal kick ahead.
I had a million things going through my head. I think it was just relief after the first couple of touches that I had.
Eddie Scoots, and he's lucky number 7. Born on the 7th, at the 7th, gets his first goal in AFL footy in his first game, Rory Thilthorpe.
It was a crazy moment. It was really special. See all the boys come from all over the ground to get around me, and yeah, it was really, really special.
And this for goal number 5 on debut.
Nixie just told me, be patient, keep working on what you're working at. And I'm really thankful for that because I got to a level where I could compete at AFL level, and I think I showed that last week against Hawthorn that, I can compete, and all of the stuff I've been working on really came out and shone, which was really, really good. It's really exciting, I think. We've got a really good, young, talented group, so it's going to be really exciting for the future. Obviously not getting the results we want at the moment, but I think in the years to come it's going to be really, really positive and really exciting.
It's just 12 months since Riley played his first league game for West Adelaide as a 17-year-old. Another youngster in a hurry is Sam Berry. He's earning a reputation as a tough inside midfielder and a tackling machine. Sam hails from Gippsland in Victoria, and he was taken with pick 28 in last year's draft. So, what have been his biggest challenges in stepping up to the elite level?
Frampton. Berry's tumbling tackle was excellent.
I've always, kind of been a pretty good pressure player. And I guess kind of coming here, nothing really changes with that. If you kind of don't get first hands to it, I guess tackles are kind of the next best option. Obviously didn't really kind of expect or plan the way it's kind of gone.
As famous as they come for this Adelaide Crows, a round 1 shock.
Probably, one of the best days of my life, that's for sure. Pretty much a dream debut as far as it goes. Not really expected to win. Kind of come out in front of the Adelaide Oval, in front of all our fans and everything. Unbelievable atmosphere. Never played in anything close to that before. It's not quite the cars parked around the fence, that's for sure, but all my family and my friends were over, and it was a perfect day and everything like that, so it was just an unbelievable experience.
He's kicked 5 behind, no goal. Big moment.
Coming off the week before, I think the 4 behinds against the Swans. There was a bit of an emphasis during the week on my set shot kicking.
Threads it with ease.
Missing footy last year, I was a bit worried of how quickly I'd be able to kind of get back into it. So I guess from playing against boys, it is a big step up, and I think a lot of adjustments kind of have to be made.
Neither Sam nor Riley had to wait for their AFL call-up, but one new Crow wasn't so lucky. After the break, Smithers catches up with James Rowe, whose patience was tested for 3 years. Welcome back. This year, our roving reporter Brodie Smith has been introducing us to the Crows' crop of teenagers. But in today's segment, delivered by Thomas Farms, he catches up with someone who has had 2 or 3 more years of footy experience under his belt, James Rowe. The 21-year-old recruit has made up for lost time in the AFL with lively performances around goals this season.
This week we're joined by James Rowe. Jimmy, thanks for joining me.
Smithers, it's about time, mate. I've been waiting. It's been, what is it, round 8 and you still haven't got me on. Last come off the rank.
Perfect. This is the energy I need. It's a lot better than Peds, so I don't think we can even put to air because he was so bad.
It doesn't surprise me.
Give us your journey to the footy club. Obviously missed a couple of drafts, so how'd you end up here?
Obviously it wasn't good enough when I was 18. Toured away at Woodville for a couple of years, won a flag there, and then, ended up here. Dream come true, really.
And a wonderful club with the West Torrens, a bit of a factory for us. Who were some of the influences there?
Yep, they breed them up well. Me, you, Moose. There's probably a few more that I'm forgetting, but there's a lot of good fellas there. Goldsworthy, his senior head that looked after me. Hayes brothers. There's a lot there. Probably a few more that could be playing AFL, but they're a real great group of fellas.
What's something that surprised you at the footy club?
How bad you were at golf? Probably just how close everyone is, really. Everyone was very close here. I guess not surprising, but it really stood out for me. So that's probably one thing, yeah.
It's good culture.
Yeah, great culture.
Someone that's looked after you the most, or I guess put you under their wing?
Well, you've looked after me a bit, Smithers, next to you in the locker. You're always good. Fraud, Tommy Lynch, he's very good, always good to flick you a message, see how you're going. The big Texan, they're just a couple of forward boys, but everyone's been good. Sloaney, all you leaders. It's been a very easy process kind of this footy club, and I'm loving it, and hopefully you get the win this week against the mighty Power.
Best thing about AFL footy so far?
Game day is pretty special, just playing in front of fans, especially at home. I'm really enjoying that, and then probably just the lifestyle, just being able to train for a living, kick a footy around, hang around with some of your best mates. It's a pretty enjoyable environment, so loving it.
And did the Adelaide Oval crowd bring out those celebrations in you, or has that always been a part of your game?
I'd like to say that they bang it out of me, but I've been probably doing it for 3 years, and every time I do it, I watch it and just think, what the hell am I doing? But if it gets you boys up and about, I guess I got to keep doing it.
Oh, it does, and I love it, and I think the crowd loves it too, so keep doing it.
Hopefully I can kick one.
Very good. All right, thanks for joining me, Rory.
Love it, Smithers.
James certainly has good goal-kicking instincts. Each week this season, we're focusing on memorable comebacks, and if they involve our arch-rival, well, they couldn't be better. So let's revisit the Round 7 showdown in 2000. The Crows trailed by 42 points in the third quarter, but then kicked 8 of the last 9 goals to win by 7 points.
Straight into Polden, but it ricochets away to Vardy. Vardy kicks from 50 metres. This is what they need! McLeod, always dangerous, but he's beautiful talent. Somehow he escapes. Genius. And he has just about done it. Bickley's out the back, but so too is Edwards. And look at McLeod. He just cruises across that half-back line, and the Crows have come from nowhere.
Mark Prosciutto proved the match winner, booting 4 goals, including a brilliant snap to give his team the lead.
Again, Prosciutto. Take 2. What can he do? It looks good. Crows have hit the front.
The showdowns always seem to bring the best out of the Roo. Now, Rory Sloane has had his fair share of injuries in recent years, but his latest proved quite unsettling. After experiencing blurred vision at training, he saw an eye specialist who diagnosed a detached retina. His extended recovery from the potentially life-changing injury gave him time to reflect on his future.
Nick Del Santo on Saturday afternoon football. Sloane extracts it with a deep ball forward.
I think I copped a knock in the Sydney game, which had some flashing lights through that eye. So I was going to just monitor that over the coming 4 weeks. The following week, after the Gold Coast game, had a bit of a dark patch in my peripherals, and that I knew from previously tearing my retina that was normally a sign that something's not right. So I went back in, saw the specialist, and within a few hours I was sitting in a little hospital bed and having a little procedure on the eye. A detached retina is pretty serious, and that's something I learnt pretty quickly, was without getting the proper procedure and doing the proper recovery right, there could have been some real long-term effects and damages, and that was a driving force for me. It's like, forget footy, it's your vision's for life. Footy's not, and I just wanted to make sure I could get my vision back to the best it possibly could be. You never like missing games of football, but as I said, I mean, I was looking at my vision and making sure my vision was fine for the rest of my life. Once I could get back here, it was nice to be part of everything again. Training's starting to ramp up too, which is enjoyable. Crazy how much you miss exercise once you're restricted to doing nothing.
The Crows have certainly missed Rory's on-field leadership. Stay with us after the break. Source catches up with one of the game's true characters. As a North Adelaide champion in the late 80s, Andrew Jarman attracted plenty of interest from Melbourne clubs. His resistance to offers was rewarded with an invitation to join the inaugural Crows squad. Thanks to Optus, Sam Jacobs talks to Jars about the career-changing moment he said yes and embarked on a memorable AFL career.
Hello Crows fans, here with a massive guest, life member, inaugural Crow Andrew Jarman. Jars, thanks for sharing your moment at the start of the yes. Talk us through how it came to about you being a Crow.
Well, Source, obviously the attempts by Port Adelaide back in the early 90s rattled the cages of the South Australian Football Commission. Within 3 or 4 months, before you know it, I got a phone call saying, would you like to be involved in the Adelaide Crows formation? We're going to start up a new team, and then the rest is what they say is history, Source.
Now, we're on the hallowed turf, round 1 versus Hawthorn in the centre circle versus your brother Darren. Talk us through, I guess, the difference of that night compared to how it is here now.
One of the biggest moments of my football career, and I've been very lucky to play in some wonderful footy sides and with some wonderful players, and that was a very nervous moment because we were representing basically South Australia on that particular night, playing against the almighty Hawthorn Football Club. And I remember going with the old grandstand used to be over there, and we were coming out of the race, and Chris McDermott, a wonderful captain and a great man, turned around and just inspired us. Some of that was just things, it was tingly stuff. I'm getting tingly now. And he said, it's time to put your head in the hole and you've got to make a statement. We need to put our flag in the ground, and well, the rest is history. And we could not believe it when we were going in the huddle at quarter time. We look at it and going, is this real? Oh, pinch me, it's not a dream, is it? This is Hawthorn of all people. I was so lucky and thankful that I got the opportunity to play for the Adelaide Crows and be part of that inaugural team.
Now, in your role as working for Triple M, you obviously observe a lot of footy. How do you see the current day group and how are things shaping up? We obviously started the year pretty well. What's your thoughts on the current day group?
It's a rebuild. So we've got to be patient and we've got to back in Nixie. So we've got some good young talent, and the thing is, they're all re-signing.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. That means the environment and the culture is becoming really, really good. So, yeah, we've got great, we love Tex and Sloane, and we love all those boys, but their journey's about to finish. Where we've got some exciting young talent coming through, and I just love watching the boys, and at times you've got to be a bit critical in our industry, but overall you're just proud that these boys put the jumper on and play with some passion and bloody pride.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks very much for sharing your moment at the start of the yes. Thanks very much, Jars.
Love this boy.
Jars went on to play over 100 games, twice earning All-Australian honours and selection in the Crows Team of the Decade. Now, the best way to get to a game at Adelaide Oval is with a 3-game Crows membership. So join up now at afc.com.au, and if you're already a member, we can't wait to see you at a game this year. If you can't make it, pass your ticket on to friends or family to ensure the Oval is at its capacity. Toyota wants to make the footy experience better for you. Whether you're a coach, fan, player, spectator or umpire, they are looking for your ideas to pop into the Toyota Good for Footy suggestion box. They will take the best suggestions and make them happen. Just another way that Toyota is good for footy, helping clubs raise over $7 million since 2008.
Hands it back to to Smith, weaves his way nicely through them. Hamill, good 360 turn, gave it back to Smith. Long launch was good. Fredman can't get there. It beats them all home. Brilliant. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a journeyman of junior footy. I started at Portland, left footy to play soccer, came back, went to Smosh West Lakes and finished at Henley Sharks, so got to experience a few clubs. Really enjoyed it, just played footy for fun really. I moved around sort of following where I was at with school and my friends, so Dad coached me as well, which was interesting, and yeah, just love playing junior footy on a Saturday. My suggestion is that we get a bit more music, a bit more singing, some chants from the fans. So I'd love a bit of a EPL/NBA atmosphere out there. So I think we can play a bit more music and get the fans up and about with some chants as well. So that'd be my suggestion.
It's easy to make a suggestion. Simply go online to toyota.com.au/gooder. Okay, when we return on the Crows Show, one fan's special grand final memory. Every Crows fan has memories of great wins and special occasions. This year, with the help of Bendigo Bank, we've gone to social media to select a member each week who'll help us relive one of those moments. Today, Ross takes us back to the '98 grand final, and at halftime, we trailed the Roos by 4 goals. And that's where his story begins.
Ross Tippett, member since 2002, supporter since '91. In 1998, we managed to get 2 seats for the grand final. Drove over on the Friday with my best mates. We were sitting just in front of the big screen on the northern stand, the Jollymont end. North Melbourne came out at the start of the game and they were red hot, although Adelaide evened things up. But in the second quarter, North Melbourne just ran away with it and they were smashing us. We were in the sun, I was feeling pretty dusty. I went downstairs at halftime and my only thoughts were, what the hell are we doing here? Went back up to the seat. The Crows had come out early after the halftime break and were warming up, running around as a group, and Rex Hunt came up on the big screen and started to give like a commercial review of the game so far, and he gave the Crows an almighty serve, an absolute bake. And I was thinking to myself, these guys can hear this, Rex, what are you doing? It's as good as a coach's rev up. And the Crows came out, started the third quarter and had a blinder for the next 2 quarters obviously, and ran away with the game. I had a quiet little word to myself, yibbida yibbida, Rex, thanks for the rabbits and for the back-to-back flags. It was, we know Blighty was a genius, but Rex had a bit to do with that, I think.
We finished up outscoring the Roos 11 goals to 2 in that remarkable second half. Okay, let's move along and look out for our Toyota Crow in the crowd. So many faces to choose from, so let's settle on you. If you recognise yourself, email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize. And you're certainly in luck. 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill Unbreakable Zone at Adelaide Oval. Terms and conditions apply, so check out our website for details. Now, each week this season, Matthew Nix joins us on the Crows Show to answer a fan's question. Today, David wants to know if the coach is happy with the way the club nurtures first-year players.
Thanks, David. Look, as far as nurturing our young players, we really like to welcome in all players to the footy club. No matter whether they've been in the system for 5 or 10 years, or whether they come in as a new player through the draft. But we take pride in the way we look after our people, not just our players, but also our people and our staff. But it is quite an intimidating time for a player who is drafted as an 18-year-old to come into into an elite environment like a football club. So we put a lot of different things in place as far as looking after those players with their welfare, also looking after their family and making sure that they feel comfortable, especially if they've come from interstate. It's important that they get enough time to spend and get away and spend time with their family throughout that first month or so. But it is really important. It's something that we do, as I said, we pride ourselves on is looking after our young players.
Well, that wraps up the Optus Crows Show, but make sure you keep an eye on @the_Crows Show on Twitter for all the latest news, and check out the club's social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for your company today, and I look forward to joining you again next weekend. Bye for now.